Good evening. It's very nice that you came here today. We appreciate it. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to share with you, this is my speech. Now, I've been provided the opportunity to come here and speak, but I wasn't told what I had to do, how I had to do it, how long I had, well, kind of. So I thought maybe I would try something that maybe our kids might be allowed to do. So the first thing I did was I brought a shoe. All right? Does it fit? Mr. Oakes, does it? It might fit. How are you going to find out? Huh? Well, how are you going to find out if it fits? You're going to have to try it, right? So somehow we're going to have to assess the fact of whether or not this shoe fits you. Now I'm going to look down here at Mr. Hawley. Do you like this shoe?
Very, very pretty.
You do like it?
I do.
You do? Well, what about Mr. Noje? I don't think this would be the kind that you would wear. It doesn't kind of.
Well, you don't know. I mean, you know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Were you my teacher once? I remember this style.
I don't know. And the only way I'm going to know is if I get to know my students and I look at each one of my students and say, what fits them? All right? So, Mr. Kolb, are you laughing?
I'm smiling.
Are you smiling? I'm watching this poor man. He's held up 30 seconds and stop, and it's not worked yet. My point to you, I've been in education for 50 years, and I've done it all but drive a bus because the transportation director won't let me. He doesn't trust me behind the wheel. My passion is very, very deep. And I thought about, a parent gave this to me, all creatures great and small. And I thought about that, and I looked at it, and there's an elephant, giraffe, there's a man on here. And they're all in the same boat, and they're probably trying to go the same place. Is each one of these going to be given the same thing? Probably not. Probably I'm going to have to do something different with the elephant than I am with a giraffe. Just like I'm going to have to do something different with Mr. Noje and the shoes than anybody. And then I got to thinking, what about, we use all these words. We use education. We use curriculum. Did anybody stop to think, what do they really mean? So I looked up education. It comes from the Latin word. If you have any Catholic background, you know that you had 4 years of Latin. It comes from the Latin word educere, and it means to lead into. So our role in education is to lead into. Well, then I thought, all right, let's look up curriculum. And I'm not going to pronounce that as well. It came from a Latin word, and it means race, or a course of a race. So we have leading into, and then we have really like a route that we want the kids to go. And what route is that going to be? In the 21st century, the route would have to be something connected with the global world, where our kids can think, problem solve, and not spit out the answer of, who was the 33rd president of the United States? We could look that right up on Google. Thank you. And this is it.